What's good, you guys? I'm Romnie Mills with Tiger TV, and I'm here with the 89th SGA administration to talk about their feelings about coronavirus and the plans they have for students next year. So if I could go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Well, my name is Cameron Markel Nolan. I'm a junior economics major sales minor from Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm so proud to serve as the 89th SGA president.
What's good, family? My name is Gabriel Cloud, a junior business finance major from Valdosta, Georgia, and I am so excited to be serving as your vice president next year.
And I'm so excited to have you guys. So about 2 weeks ago, everybody transitioned to online classes. Can y'all just talk about y'all's experience with online classes, just to start us off?
So online classes have definitely been something different. We're definitely in uncharted waters. So the ability to have like classes online where you're so used to having the face-to-face, it has had certain obstacles, like students not being able to get the adequate resources needed to be successful. But we are working on ways to like ensure that the student population, like their voices is heard. And that's why we kind of pushed out the whole pass-fail option so we can keep them GPAs saved as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, definitely. It was a desire of ours, along with the previous administration, to really continue to advocate through this process, because the issues that we were having, and we know that we were not the only ones experiencing that. And so we wanted to make sure everybody had an opportunity to be seen about and to be protected and advocated for during this time. So the issues that we have, the issues that they have, we really tried to bring those two together and not just talk about it, but have solutions on how we can fix that and go to administration to really see that their needs are met.
Well, I know that y'all just mentioned you worked with the last administration on the pass-fail option. Is there anything else that you guys worked with them on? And also, like, how did you work with them to ensure a smooth transition into next year, even though the semester ended so abruptly?
So the good thing about SGA, and we had been serving in SGA's offices prior to this, Trey and Cherry have been close friends to us. So we've been taking a lot of guidance, a lot of phone call conversations at least one time a week for sure, making sure that we're still accounted for. If we have a question like, hey, what's the vice presidential thing to do in this manner? Making sure that we have an open line of communication so that whenever we receive information, we can give it out to the student population.
Yeah, and with those conversations and calls, we set up Google Docs and Outlook meetings. I mean, really trying to be professional in this transition, even though it's not technically transition season yet. The time came and we had to just jump in action with what we can do. So with those phone calls, we have a group text, and we have a separate group text outside of that where we can still be friends, but we didn't want to, mix the friendship and the business aspect of what we were trying to do. And so we kept all of that separate. And when we go into those meetings, when we have those FaceTime calls, those group conversations, we're not going in as, oh, Cam is my friend. No, Cam is the president. And so we're working professionally to make sure that these things are done.
Have you talked to other students about any problems that they're having with the transition to online classes?
So when we first started out with the whole coronavirus thing, the only thing that we were able to do and have an immediate impact was social media. So if they're not already following the Morehouse SGA pages, we want to make sure that they are staying constant on those sites, because when we're dropping polls and we're having opinion, that's the best way to reach us, especially right now. I mean, also, we're still accessible via our phone numbers if you have it, the Morehouse email, of course, but making sure that we're like, hey, how do y'all feel about coronavirus and how has it demonstrated like issues with your class style and all of those things, making sure that students know that, hey, we're listening, like just speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm agreeing. That's what we're doing.
So what plan, if any, do you guys have for coronavirus, or not coronavirus, but like dealing with it on campus as the 89th administration transitioning into a new year?
So like moving into next spaces, as you know, Morehouse, we already have like hand sanitizer stations, but we need to make sure that they're still stocked, like make sure that it's actually sanitizer in the sanitizer stations. But also we're gonna have like a contingency plan moving forward. The world changes so ever so, like, like once 9/11 hit, that changed how flights go. So now that we have a whole pandemic on our hands, now we have a different thought process in the way that we tackle things. So possibly like a task force or things of that such that deal with crisis management moving forward.
The White House doctor said that in the fall or in the winter, there could be another wave of coronavirus. So do you think you guys are prepared to deal with that right now, or do you think it will take like a little bit more planning?
I think it will definitely take some more planning. As to what Cam was saying, we are trying to develop a task force today. The applications for the next administration with SGA went out. And so from those pool of people, as well as students that we already know, we're going to try to create a task force that deals with crises such as this one, so that we're not scrambling how we were this time. As we said, the transition team, we already worked together, and so we just moved with that. But we want to make sure that we have persons from every discipline, every section of the college to be able to successfully create plans and contingency plans to address things like this, because we would rather be proactive than reactive. And a lot of the things that we see with the President of the United States and his shiesty cabinet are reactive. And so we don't want to continue that same mode at Morehouse College.
Right now, do you guys know if school will start back in August, or will there be like a delay? Or because the president has said that this could last through July through August, and we don't really know. So do you guys have any update on that?
So at the current time, we don't have any update. We can't confirm or deny because we simply don't know.
Right.
Like I said, we're in uncharted waters, so we're going through the same things as any other student would. But we are very optimistic that we will have school in August, because I can't wait to, and I know Cloud feels the same way. We can't wait to serve the next administration. So like we're excited, we're pumped to have school in August, because we're like, hey, we want to see y'all.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned the hand sanitizer stations on campus and the task force. Are there any other preventative measures that you guys have taken, or you think you want to take, or that are in the works that you can tell us about?
As it relates to the task force that I said earlier, we want to have persons who are in health sciences to be able to help us with this, because Cam and I, we're in business. And so we don't have all the answers when it comes to things like this. And so we want to be able, and if there's a person listening who would like to be a part of that, we would love to have you on the team so that we can tackle this together.
I know that the spring semester at everybody's school is like really, really fun. It's really upbeat. And we're missing out on a lot of events that you guys might have had planned, that SGA might have had planned, that CASA had planned, that MMW had planned. So do you guys have plans to kind of make up for that in the fall, or you just kind of get back and get in the swing of things?
No, we're hitting the ground running as soon as it comes back in August. Definitely plans are in the works. Don't want to spoil too much because we want to keep everybody enthusiastic come August. But what I will say is spring semester is such an amazing time, especially at anybody college campus. The sun is out, it's just a lot of fun going on, party season, all of that. So we want to make sure that we keep that same enthusiasm moving into August. So we need everybody that's, stuck in quarantine and discouraged, just bottle in that energy. We understand we're going through the same things, but as soon as we transition to August, we're getting right back. We're having that same SGA program, and we're bringing more innovative ideas. We want to just make it a space where everybody's just like, look, we're post-quarantine. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. Let's get these GPAs up right now so we can party harder later.
All right. Do you guys ever have anything else that you want to say? That was my last question.
Just everybody needs to know that the SGA applications are open now from April 1st to April 10th. When they close, they will close. So make sure that you are applying right now, because if you want to help out and be a part of this next administration, that's the easiest and best way to have your voice heard and upload all your thoughts to the cloud.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that little plug. I will say that we are working so hard to effectively advocate for students. When I was running, the main thing that I wanted people to know is that my job is not to appease the administration. It's really to advocate for students. And we want to continue in that vein. It's not really about making sure that the administration is okay with the decisions that they're making. We want to make sure that the students are okay with those decisions and that they are adequately being protected by us, their SGA leaders. They elected us to do this. And so we want to make sure that we're fulfilling our promises to the student body. We look forward to getting the work done.
Absolutely.
If you could just say your social media handles one more time so everybody will know them if they have any questions or concerns or anything they want to talk to y'all about.
Absolutely. My Instagram and my Twitter are the same. That's the best place to reach me, DM me or whatever. And I also post relevant content as it relates to SGA. And that's Cam Markelly, CAMARKELLE.
Yeah. Or you can email me, gabriel.cloud@morehouse.edu. I respond quicker there. So, yeah.
And then the Morehouse SGA is just Morehouse SGA on Instagram and Twitter.
Morehouse College SGA. And that's on Instagram and Twitter.
Morehouse College SGA. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you.
This has been Real MT. You guys are a blessing.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yeah.